Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you had a great Christmas and got everything you wanted, and I hope you had fun with your family and friends over the holidays. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different that I haven't actually seen other YouTubers do, but I hope that it will be helpful to you guys, and let's get started. So I'm going to be talking today a little bit about transition colors for your eye look. Um, I've seen a lot of people on YouTube do use transition colors, but not really talk a lot about them or talk a lot about how to use them, that sort of thing, or how to choose different shades. So I'm hopefully going to cover everything I can cover today, and if there's anything I missed, I will let you know. And otherwise, if there's another type of video that you'd like to see that falls in this kind of category, please do let me know in the comment section below, and I will check it out. So I'm going to start off with my palette to kind of get those out of the way. So I picked up the warm neutrals and the cool neutrals palettes from MAC. And I just want to show you. So this is the cool neutrals. Let me show it this way. Yeah, so this is the cool neutrals palette, and the shades unfortunately don't really come out true to life, unfortunately. It's just due to my crappy camera, but c'est la vie. So the one shade out of here that I chose that I thought would be really pretty, there's actually two. This shade right here is called Cozy Gray, and then the one above it, I believe, is Sweet Allure. So that's Cozy Gray, and that's Sweet Allure. Cozy Gray, Sweet Allure. Now, Cozy Gray is a matte, which your transition shade not necessarily should be, but I think if you don't want to draw attention to it, um, it should be a matte shade. If you don't care, either way, you can use a shimmer, which is the Sweet Allure above it. That's this one right here. But again, just to keep in mind that if you use any type of shimmer for your transition shade, your eye or whoever is looking at you, their eye, is going to be drawn to that. So if it is something that you have made to be able to see on your lid, people are going to be attracted to the transition shade as opposed to the other colors that you use on your eye. So transition shade is basically meant to just tie in the colors that you use all over. Most of us use more than one shade. If you are someone who just, walks out the door with one shade all over your lid, totally fine. I get it. I do it all the time. But it's not necessarily a needed thing to use a transition color in that instance. But if you're someone who uses more than one shade, or you're doing a specific look that has more than one shade, a transition color is really important because it helps to, it's kind of a cheating way, I think, in terms of not having to blend so much. When you have a transition shade, it just kind of ties everything together and makes everything seamless so that you don't have any harsh lines between your colors, and that it just looks more blended maybe than it necessarily is. I know for myself, I just kind of throw things on sometimes and don't worry about blending it out. So the transition shade is just kind of helpful in that sense, I think. So that is from my my neutrals palette, cool neutrals palette, and then from my warm neutrals palette, I believe I only have one that I chose to share. Yeah. And everybody knows the shade that I'm about to show you. If you don't know it, I don't know where you been, but you have not been on YouTube. Because everybody knows soft brown. Now, soft brown is something that can be used in most looks. It is going, again, to make your look more on the warm tones. But again, because you probably won't see it in your overall look, you can get away with whatever you want. But soft brown is used by a lot of people here on YouTube, and it is what I have on today. I've done kind of a gold look for my eyes, so I thought soft brown would work really well with that. But yeah, you can basically use whatever you want. In terms of rules, I think it is easier to stick with a matte shade rather than a shimmer. But again, you can do whatever you want. So that is soft brown, and that one right there. And that is from my warm neutral palette. If you guys would like me to go through my palettes and just show you the colors that are in here, I definitely will do that. Just leave me a comment below. And if you haven't seen these palettes, used by anyone else, or if you haven't seen them in MAC or anything like that, if you'd like me to go through what colors they offer, I definitely will. So, some of my other shades are Omega. This is another MAC shade, and most of the shades that I have today to show you are kind of, they're definitely more neutral. They're kind of more brownish gray tones, I would say. Some of them can be blended to warmer tones, and some of them can go either way, which actually is a really nice thing to have because you kind of get more bang for your buck in terms of the shades that you choose. So this one I would say goes just that way. I think you could go either way with this shade. It's called Omega from MAC, and again, it's kind of a grayish brown, but it's sort of got more of a cooler look to me, in my opinion. Yeah, but I think you could go either way with this one. Then I also chose Satin Taupe. Satin Taupe, most people know about. It is a little bit of a darker shade, and it also has a little bit of kind of a satin or a shimmer to it. It's not a matte shade. So again, in my opinion, I would kind of be aware of that. I'm not saying it's a bad color to use as a transition shade, but it's not necessarily something that I would use as a transition shade. This was actually a shade that was suggested to me by a MAC artist, makeup artist. So yeah, it is definitely one that you could use, but just to be aware that it is not a matte shade. Then my last two neutrals, I have Quarry. Quarry I chose because it kind of lends itself to other colors as well, so you don't necessarily have to stay neutral with this one. It is again a little bit darker like Satin Taupe is, but to me this kind of pulls out a little bit of a plum type of shade. I don't know why, but because I'm sure most people maybe wouldn't say that, but it's definitely a brownish gray shade, but there's something about it that kind of pulls out a bit of a plum to me. So I think it could be a really good shade to use as a transition if you were doing a plum eye. I think it would be really pretty. So, but again, to be aware that it is a little bit darker like satin taupe is as well. And then I have copper plate. And copper plate is definitely more of a gray, I would say. Um, I think this one again could go either way for warmer looks or cooler looks, so you've got a bit more bang for your buck there as well, which is really nice, especially this time of year when we're all kind of strapped for cash after Christmas and that sort of thing. So definitely a good shade to get. And again, a lot of these shades too, you can wear, um, in different ways. You can wear them in the crease, you can wear them as your transition color, you can wear them all over the lid if you wanted. You can really do whatever you want. You can use them as liners. Um, they're very, very versatile. So then my last neutral I have is Limit. This is my Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay. And I chose this color because I thought it would be good for if you wanted to do more of a peachy color for the eyes, more of a peachy look for the eyes, or if you wanted to go kind of more of a pink look for the eyes. I thought that this Limit color would go either way for your transition. So really pretty. I think it definitely is a wearable shade, and it could go either way if you like. And then, last but not least, is for my ladies of color out there. I chose the color Rule from MAC. For you guys, I would say that you want to go for more kind of brighter um, tones. You want to go for something like orange. There's a color that's actually called orange from MAC. And there's a color more kind of peachy from MAC. The name of it is escaping me right now, but it is a little bit less of a color that is kind of out there. So if you didn't want to do something that was, too strong, I would definitely go for a coral type of color. Actually, there's one that's actually called Coral from MAC, so definitely something to look into. So this shade is really pretty. You want to kind of go, for the ladies of color, you want to kind of go for not necessarily, again, something that you can see, but because your skin tone is darker, you want to go for something that is a little bit brighter so that it brings kind of brightness to the eye, but again, isn't necessarily seen or something that is noticeable. But it's just going to bring out that certain something in your look or the certain something in your eyes overall. Um, so again, it's not necessarily going to be noticeable, but you will notice a difference, I would say. And again, you want to go for the brighter colors just because you have a darker skin tone. So if you were to go for, something like even something like copper plate, you might not be able to necessarily see it on your skin tone. So it's just something to be aware of for those of you that have different types of skin tones. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope that you learned a little something. Again, if you would like to see another video in the same kind of vein as this one, please do let me know in the comments below if it was helpful to you. I'd love to hear that as well. And hope you have a great New Year's and a New Year's Eve. Please do stay safe, and I hope you have fun. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.